Breath allow y'all. Eyes up, but every knee gon' bow y'all. The spirit moved upon the waters, it got life in it. Let there be a firmament and you put lights in it. Sitting above the waters is your footstool. Every tree yielding fruit, that's that good food. You put lights up in the heavens for season and days. And our years too. Put light up in the waters on the move. Beat is yours, y'all, we truly need you. I will forgive us because sometimes we take this life for granted. Everything belong to you when we take advantage. You're the Alpha and Omega, got every advantage. If you mark iniquities, then ain't nobody standing. Earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, they keep the commandments. The sun and moon is in his order just by our sanity. You put the sand for a bound that the sea will stop. Can't hide nothing from the arbor, y'all, he see the heart. Made man in his likeness, we corrupt the image. Sent his son and second Adam, obey him, no blemish. Offer himself in his hand, commanding his spirit. Commanding his spirit. Commanding his will, God, but I pray that they hear it. It all belong to you, seeking with fear and trembling. Noah was found perfect, y'all, the waters help. Obedience bring righteousness, the Father felt it. And man, you not walk with him, put his will first. Stay humble in this relationship, we still dirt. The covenant, the Holy Spirit, it belong to him. Psalms 18:6, he be a phone tune. It hit different when we understand we all ready. Are you a servant or a highly? You know the difference. The 24 elders know why we existed. Our blockers in your presence gonna give us a sentence. You the judge, everlasting life, complete the mission. Finish the course, keep the faith, y'all stop sinning. As he dwell between them cherubims, looking down on the earth, who really serving him? He raised it in it. He's players, but we still think it's our story. They ain't putting up no fight that they don't need saving. But it ain't need change. America ain't the land, we need Canaan. We gon' lay upon this rock just like Jacob did. Promise around the corner, y'all forsake your sins. Our deliverance belong to him. By that blood, he took us back with all these wrongdoings. Sometimes I look at my hands and be like, Abba made it. We corrupt the image, so he sent the Savior. But we plot to kill him. Look at our behavior. A holy man that was teaching us to love your neighbor. He the bishop of our souls, y'all. We gotta labor. Psalms 102 and 13, it's the time of favor. Messiah got the keys, don't let the devil cage you. No, when it all said and done, no one to be a stranger. No, like depart from me, I never knew you get the step. Whoa. It's up to him if he forgive us our these transgressions. Kingdom belong to him. 1,000-year reign that belong to him. It all belong to him. We gonna sing these songs to him. As to the east, that land belong to him. Yes, it all belongs to him. Oh yeah, it all belongs to him.
And they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that white people think they're better than others?
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restricted covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff anymore. No more turning the other cheek, no more blessing, no more praying those who despitefully use us. We want to show you that we learned the lessons you've taught us. You studied history, and you did not take over this country by being we shall overcome. Did not like you have it now by dealing carefully and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and you demonstrated it in Alabama. I can see because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. So you can have him. And here's what I'll say, I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow.
I was made in the image of Yahweh. My spirit Marvin Gaye, heart pump with black power. Way before the days when he tore down the towers. I ain't talking 9/11. Nimrod had the power. That was shining on. Before that, we had the showers. Before Adam got deceived, he said the world was ours. Lost it in a second, cause we bite and we devour. Was given all of the earth and we don't even say the water. Gave us Messiah, we don't even say our Father. We walk down in heaven, so our burdens getting harder. Word to the turbans on our elders with the Taurus, no capping, that's a rap. That how was shy, he died for us. Mamas cried for us, daddies did their best if they survived the whole time. To be the mice, they lied to us. Synagogue of Shaitan on my body and my mind. My soul for Yahweh, my purpose is aligned. This little light of mine running dim, it shines. It is a time pulling at me, but I climb. You're looking at divine, most merciful and beneficent. The sun, moon, and stars, the creator of the firmament. That's why I stay marching to Zion, it's like a tournament. The rounds getting harder, but I still walk the waters. Euphrates and the Nile, the Mississippi River come to me. I will walk across the currents with a smile. That's faith over trials. I still hear Mary and my grandmother telling me I was special as a child, but I was in denial. The killers and the crack addicts made it hard to smile. She know I will repent but keep my drug dealer style. Several gold chains, you can see them from a mile. I'm wild effervescent. I'm proof you can grow through your trials and lessons, your curses and your blessings if you seek his acceptance.
I need thee, I need thee. I need thee.
Baraka, Ya Baraka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Wayashamaka, Wayashamaka, Yahweh, 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 Hanyawa al Yak, Hanyawa al Yak, Wayachanka, Wayachanka, Yahweh, 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 Hanyawa al Yak, Hanyawa al Yak, Wayasham, Wayasham, Laka Shalom, Laka Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah.
Shalom, shalom. For giving the honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Hamashiach Malak Yahweh Shai, right? Hey, Shabbat Shalom to Aliana Yasharala. Hey, on fire for the Most High, man. Hey, giving honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for Sister Princess in the house, the mighty, mighty house, man. All praise to the Most High. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, giving honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the mighty house of Yahalam, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Hey, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the brother, mighty brother, Jeremiah, man. Hey, and his Abba, man. None other than the mighty, mighty elder Sharshaw, man. Hey, and giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to the mighty brother Nahum, man. Out there in the highways and byways, he's back. Giving all honor, glory, and praise to that mighty brother, man. Khan, all praises to the Most High, man. Hey, happy Shabbat Shalom, man. My name is Ariyah.
Hey, brother Hoshaya, Shalom.
Brother Tazawon, Shalom.
Hey, all praises to the Most High, man. Hey, and that's all praises because, hey, at the end of the day, the Most High did not have to let us make it to see, you know what I'm saying, another Shabbat. But, hey, you know what I'm saying, the Most High have mercy with us, man. So anybody got any precepts they want to start, beginning precepts they want to bring out? Go ahead, King.
I got one. Book of Revelation, chapter Slaki. Nah, I can't. I ain't got none.
Right. What about you, brother? You got anything you want to start off with?
Khan, all praises to the Most High, man. Absolutely. Hold on, King. Right. Let me get my Bible together, King. Slaki. Okay, Khan.
Okay, I got it. I got one real quick.
Go ahead, King.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So, we all working for that crown, man, and we still being tried. And, just hold on to which is good, and that's the commandments. Keep doing the commandments. Keep keeping them to the best of your ability. So then that's the greater reward, man. Like, you're not doing this for no reason. You know what I mean? So don't give up, Yasharala. And I yell on that.
Huh. What about you, bro?
Salaki, King had to go up. Salaki, let's go to Sirach. We're gonna go to 32 and 24. Right. So we want to bring this out because a lot of our Christian brothers and sisters say they believe in the Most High. Well, I mean, all you have to do is believe, right? So I just wanted to bring this out, right? Sirach 32 and 24. Hold on, Salakia 24. All right. It says, "He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse." So, hey, the Most High said in Sirach 32 and 2024, he that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments. So I just want to say that if you believe in the Lord, that means that you keep the commandments. There's no way to get around the commandments. Everything goes back. If you say you love the Lord, 1 John 5 and 3, it says you got the love of the Lord is keeping the commandments. How you love the Most High God, the first commandment is to believe in the Most High, to do His will, right? To keep the commandments, right? You go into love your neighbor is in Leviticus 19 and 17 is thou shalt not hate thy neighbor in thy heart, but thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor, meaning to give them the commandments and teach them the commandments. It's no way around the commandments. So if you love them, you believe in them, you follow Christ, Hey, Christ said that. Let me get this one more, King. Um, First John. We just brought this out earlier. First John 3:8. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of the Most High was manifest, that he might destroy the works of the devil. So if you if you say that you believe in the Most High, you believe in Christ, if you follow of Christ, then you keep the commandments. Because if you don't commit, whoever don't keep the commandments is of the devil. I yield with that.
Oh, hey, and I want to pull Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 18. Hey, Tazwan, could you pull that for me? Hey, because hey, we're going over the commandments, right? And we got a perfect example because we know that the Bible is for our learning. So we got a perfect example through the elders that came before us. Right? Watch this.
You said Second Maccabees what?
Chapter 6 and verse 18.
All right. Book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 18. El
Ellie,
Eleazar,
right?
Eleazar, one of the principal scribes,
Yep.
an aged man, and of a well-favored countenance.
Right. So aged man meaning he was an elder in the congregation, right? Keep going.
Slocky was
Constrained.
constrained to
Yep.
open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
Right. So these wicked Grecians wanted him to go and transgress the law, right? Keep going.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously
Right. He said, look, the hell with that swine, right? Keep going.
than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment.
Right. So the elder came up like, look, man, the heck with this. Hey, look, I'm spitting it out, I'm disrespecting you, and I'm led to believe he probably spit it right in their face, Elder Hashaya. He probably spit it in their face, like, look, you might as well go ahead and torment me right now. Right? Go ahead, King.
Um, verse 20. As it behold them to come that are resolute
Yep.
to stand out against such things as are not lawful for the love of life to be tasted.
Right. So for the love of life, right? And we know that keeping the commandments is life, right? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments, right? Keep going.
But they that had the charge of that wicked feast for the old acquaintance
Yep.
they had with the man,
Right. So they
taking
had an
him.
acquaintance with the man,
Mhm.
right? They had an acquaintance with him. They're like, hey man, come on, man. Hey, look, just rethink what you're doing because this right here could be in our best interest, right? Keep going, watch this.
Taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
Right? Hey, he brought fresh of his own provision, right? He was like, look, man. He said, look, you can go ahead and get you some lamb, right? You can go ahead and get you
That's
some
right now.
beef. You can go ahead and get you some bison. He said, get something that is lawful for you so it looks like you're committing this abominable act. But what
They
happened,
want to
bro?
dress it up.
Did
such
they? Did they,
as
bro? They want to make it look good. Right? I'm sorry, King.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
such as was lawful for him to use,
Right?
and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king,
Right? Go ahead.
that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor.
Right?
Ooh,
So he's gonna find favor in to man's eyes, right? But not to God's eyes, right? So
God,
we don't care about man, right? But watch
God,
this. Watch this. This is the
God.
point right here. Go
And
ahead, King.
Salaki, real quick, because when you go to First Maccabees 7, 1:11. Hey, our people they wanted to be friends with the heathens. You
Come
know what I
on now.
mean? But hey, this elder right here say, nah, brother, I'd rather die. All praises to
Man,
the Most High.
all praises to the Most High, right? Watch this 23,
But he began to consider discreetly,
right?
and as became his age
Right?
and the excellency of his ancient years,
Hey, his excellency mean, hey, he kept the commandments, man, to the best of his ability. So, hey, he was excellent in the eyes of the Most High. What'd he say, bro?
and the honor of his gray head,
Right?
whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child.
Right? Because he got brought up in the ways of the righteous, right? He got raised. It said, raise a child up in the way he should go. So he got raised in the commandments. Right? Keep going.
Or rather the holy law made and given by God.
Right?
Therefore he answered accordingly and wielded them straightways to send him to the grave.
And that's it, man. So, hey, according to the Most High, man, you got to be willing. Because that's why Yahweh said, don't fear him, right? That can kill the body, film that can kill the body and the spirit, man. So
That's right.
I'm just telling you, hey, when he says, and fear none of them things to death in Revelations, that's what he's telling you. It's going to come a point where everything that we've been doing according to the law, you know what I'm saying, keeping your fringes on, not eating abominable foods, right, not whoring out the daughters of Zion, right, not cutting off your beard, like, and every other thing that's in the 613. It's going to come a time when it's going to be a challenge to keep them laws, man. And just like
It's
our
coming,
elder
brother.
scribe Eleazar, hey, we got to stand fast in this thing, man, and not be moved because a man say, I'm going to kill you, man. You got to sit there and look at him, spit him in the face, and say, look, I'm not dying according to the Most High. I'm going to live and keep the commandments, man. With that, hey, I yield.
And Salaki is going, and that's powerful what the brother brought out because, hey, that I believe that what's that thing called for 2025?
For the election?
You know, yeah, no, it's what is it?
Oh, you talking
You know
about?
what I'm talking about? The
Yeah, I know what you're
what
talking
is it? I forgot what it's called completely. I'm sorry, I don't know how I forgot that, but anyway, you know, they're setting up things that it's going to be challenging to keep these laws. Hey, we're gonna when we have our fringes on. Hey, we're going to be challenged. The wearing fringes. You know what I mean? Hey, you can't wear those. If we wear them things, we might get put in jail. You know what I mean? These things is gonna coming up, man. But I want to bring out because you brought that out, King, and this is how important it is for us to keep the Most High's laws, right? Right to the next chapter in the beginning, right? Second Maccabees 7. I'm gonna start at 1 real quick. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law, to taste swine's flesh and were tormented with scourges and whips. Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to what? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. You see that? Hey, they were willing to die than to transgress the laws of the fathers. So that's the spirit we have to be in because we get to the point now, it's going to be a time when we're going to be tested in this thing, but everybody got to understand and remember that it's better to die by man than to be just like the brother just brought out. The one that fear him that can kill the body, not the body and the soul, right? Because the Most High can kill the body and the soul. But I yield with that, man, and we can get into it,
Hey,
King Khan.
yeah, I know we're going to get into it real quick, but I got to pull this up, right?
Khan.
So this is what President, I want to say it's President Trump or Trump project for 2025 outlines 4 main aims and mandate for leadership: restoring the family as a centerpiece of American life, dismantling the administrative state. So we're talking about kind of like martial law, right? It says defending the nation's sovereignty and borders and securing God-given individual rights to live freely, right? So watch this. 2025 plan is the plan by Donald Trump's MAGA, the MAGA Republican allies, to give Trump more power over your daily life. gut democratic checks and balances, and consolidate power in the Oval Office if he wins, right? So they're trying to literally give more power to the state, man.
And you know what? And what they're forming here is a one world religion.
There you
You
go.
understand? That's what this thing is really about, to combat us teaching the truth according to the Bible, because it also talks about how they're basically going to stop the black, they call us black Hebrew, the BL, what they call us black BHI, right? They're trying to combat us and keep us from keeping, teaching this truth. So they're going to start this one world religion, because they say they got something coming up also, that we cannot talk against the Christian belief. You know what I'm saying? And listen, Sunday is coming back to be a day of worship for that we have to keep according to them. And that's what I'm saying. These days, us keeping this law is going to be challenged, because our freedom of this is about to be taken away, and we're going to have to really stick to what we believe in these last days. Faith is going to have to be strong in these last days, because now they're going to force us to keep Sunday Sabbath. You understand? Because it's going to be, like I said, that Christian doctrine is going to be pushed. They're basically saying you cannot even talk against the Christianity. You understand? So this is what's coming up, man. We're about to get into a lot of different challenges, but I yield with that.
Right. I know I was trying to find out because I was looking up what you was talking about, but I'll bring that up on another time, right? So let's get to it, man. Right, we on
Yeah,
commandment number.
So like Donald Trump brought that out.
Yeah, I know.
Salakia.
I was just about to do
Yeah,
that. Right?
con. Mm-hmm.
So
Got you.
we're on commandment number 574, to carry out the ordinances of the red heifer, so that its ashes will always be available. Numbers 19 and 9.
You said which one? We at
574.
574.
Yep.
Okay, Con.
Numbers 19 and 9.
I'm there right now. I can bring it up.
Go ahead, King.
Numbers chapter 19, verse 9. And a man that is is clean, shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel, for a water of separation. It is a purification for sin.
Purification for sin.
Uh,
Right? So, hey, and that's mean we got to, hey, go ahead, keep going, bro.
Verse 10. And he that gathereth the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the evening. And it shall be unto the children of Israel, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them, for a statute forever.
Forever, right? So, commandment number 575, right? That a corpse defiles. Numbers chapter 19, verse 11 through 16.
Book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 11. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. Verse 12. He shall purify himself with it on the third day, and on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if
Hey,
he purify, you said what,
Salaki,
King?
yeah. Now, I just want to say, and it says, purify him with it on the third day. They was talking about the heifer ashes, but now since we don't do the sacrifice, I just want to clear it up. You don't have to do, you know what I'm saying, the heifer ashes now. Now, you just pray to the Most High and ask him to cleanse you. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say that because I know, that's going into the same thing. That's why you save the heifer. That's why I said in verse 9 that you have to keep the heifer ashes and lay up without the camp in a clean place. So that way, whenever anybody clean, because it says that you have to get the ashes. Right? Go ahead, though.
Verse 12. He shall purify himself with it on the third day, and on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the third day, then the seventh day he shall not be clean. Verse 13. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead and purifieth not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean, his uncleanness is yet upon him. Verse 14. This is the law. When a man dieth in a tent, all that come into the tent, and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days.
That
Verse
goes into
15.
like if
Mhm.
and that goes into like if somebody die in your house, you know what I'm saying? Like even if you ain't touched the body, because they died within that house is unclean, you know what I'm saying? Watch this.
Verse 15. And every open vessel which has no covering or bound upon it is unclean. Verse 16. And whosoever toucheth one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bond of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days.
Right? And the bone of a man, right? But go ahead, 17.
Verse 17. And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel.
Right? One more.
Verse 18. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it in the water and sprinkle it upon the tent and upon all the vessels and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that toucheth a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave.
Right? So that's all the things you gotta do, man. If you know what I'm saying, if you touch the dead body or whatever. And that's why I'm saying like we don't do the sacrifice, so you ain't gotta take the ashes and put it in the water to cleanse it now. Now you just pray to the most high, take a shower, and then you just gotta wait the 7 days, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring that out because I know people like, so I gotta go get some ashes. Like, no, you don't have to get the ashes. You don't do that no
Right,
more.
right, right, right. And our sins are clean by the blood. And I just want to, now, as far as those sins, certain sins are clean through the blood. 1 John 1:7. I'm gonna pull that real quick.
Con, con,
1 John chapter 1 verse 7. But if we walk in the light as He is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. And the blood of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, or they got Jesus Christ, his son cleaneth us from our sins. So that's why that sacrifice is so important. That Christ
yeah,
put his body down for us, so because we're cleansed through his blood now. Uh,
yeah. And it says cleanses us from all sin. So hey, that's everything, man.
that's right, King. That's right.
You know, yeah. So hey, a mighty precept, King. Right. So hey, so you ain't gotta worry about trying to find the heifer ashes. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. So commandment number 576: the waters of separation defile one who is clean and cleanses the unclean from pollution by a dead body. Numbers 19 and 19. You read through 22.
Let's book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 19. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day, and on the 7th day he shall purify himself and wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at evening. Verse 20. But the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he has defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. The water of separation has not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. Verse
Right? Go ahead.
21. Of verse 21. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkleth the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until evening.
Hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be unclean, and the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until evening.
Right? Hey, so the Most High, and what I like about that is the Most High literally lets you know what I'm saying? Um, that verse 20 said, but the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation. And the reason why is because that's rebellion. Because see, you got to understand with the Most High, He gives us, and me and Nashaya was just talking about that earlier this morning. When the Most High gives you specific instructions, it's not up for debate. It's not up to try to change it or to try to figure it out. It's just that's what it is, and that's what you got to do. And if you go against that, and the Most High, like, look, I'm not dealing with you. That's like the sin of witchcraft. He said, rebellion is like the sin of witchcraft, and the sin of stubbornness is as the sin of idolatry. And we know both of those are get cut off by death. So I'm just saying we have to think about that, Israel, whenever we're doing things and we're not listening to the Most High. That we got to think: are we being rebellious? You know what I'm saying? Is we doing things according to what we feel? So we have to be careful with that, man.
Hey, Con, can I bring that out real quick? Because I'll bring
Hey,
out some
calm, bro.
precepts for you. This is
Calm,
First
bro.
Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. I'm gonna start at 22. First Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. And Samuel said, "Have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?" That's a question, right? He
Mm,
said, "Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." You see that? For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
mm,
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from being king. You understand? So, hey, look, when we reject the ways of the Most High, hey, he reject us.
mm.
Period.
Hey, hey, and you know what I love about that first one in 22? It says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fats of rams. Because literally, if we're to hearken, Yahweh Shai wouldn't even have to come and get sacrifice, man. But because we didn't hearken, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Most High had to send His Son to forgive us of our sins, man. So that's why He's saying to be rebellious and stubborn is the sins of a witchcraft and the sin of idolatry. And we know both of those sins don't even get a second look. That's punishable by death. So I'm just saying. And you're also
That's,
putting another God over the Most High. So
that's right. It's a lock you. Sister, this, so, someone put in the chat, death doesn't exist.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jesus,
yeah, bro.
she put Jesus. Jesus' death doesn't exist in
Yeah, man.
Spanish. You see
Yeah, I
that?
saw
It's
that, and
wicked, man.
that's why I threw it up there because I'm like, look at this right here. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
put it up there, yeah, con.
Yeah, I had put it up on the screen for a hot second just to show everybody, like, come on. But that's what Christianity have done. Because her name is
Yes.
Maria Guadalupe Rizzo, so you know
Hmm.
she deals with the virgin birth. But that's
Hmm.
and it goes back to what Ashai said. That's what the frustration of us that teaches this word feel about that Christianity, man.
Hmm.
Right. So we're gonna go to the next section, the section of lepers and leprosy. Not to drive off, not to drove off the hair of the skull. Leviticus 33, 12 and 33. I'm sorry, 13 and 33.
Hey, Sean, you could get that for me?
I got it, King. Leviticus chapter 13 and verse 33. Salaki, King. All right. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 33. And it reads, "He shall be shaven, but the skull shall he shall he not shave, right? And the
Yeah,
priest shall shut up him that have the skull 7 days more."
well, you gotta keep going
Okay.
though.
Con. "And in the seventh day the priest shall look on the skull, And behold, if the skull be not spread in the skin, nor be in the sight deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean.
Hey,
But if the
see?
skull, oh, keep going, King.
Yeah, con.
Uh, that's right. But if the skull spread much in the skin after his cleaning, his cleansing, Salakia, verse 36, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the skull be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair. He is unclean. But if
Mm,
the skull be in his sight at a stay, and that there is black hair grown up therein, the skull is healed, and he is clean, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. I mean, wow.
come on, bro.
But they say Christ had blonde hair and blue. Wow,
Oh,
yellow hair.
man.
Isn't that something?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's wicked. Somebody lying once
Somebody
again,
lying.
right? So commandment 578, 579, and 580. 578, that the procedure of cleansing leprosy, whether of a man or of a house, takes place with the cedar wood, hyssop, scarlet thread, two birds, and running water. 579, that the leper shall shave all his hair. And 580, not to pluck out the marks of leprosy. That's Leviticus chapter 14, verse 1 through 9.
All right. Leviticus chapter 1, 14, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto the priest. Verse 3. And the priest shall go forth out of the camp, and the priest shall look, and behold, if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed two birds alive and clean, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And the priest shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. Verse 6, as for the living bird, he shall take it, and the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and shall dip them in the living bird and the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and it shall pronounce him and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes, and shave off all his hair, and wash himself in water, that he may be clean. And after that he shall come into the camp, and shall tarry abroad out of his tent 7 days. Verse 9. But it shall be on the seventh day that he shall shave all his hair off his head, and his beard, and his eyebrows. Even all his hair he shall shave off, and he shall wash his clothes also. He shall wash his flesh in water, and he shall be clean.
Mm. Hey, hey, that's mighty, man. Most high, like, look, you gotta cleanse yourself, man. And that's
Yeah, that's
spiritually
some
and
cleaning for
physically,
you,
man.
man. You got to take off your hair
Right?
and
So,
everything, just like, yeah, come on. Hmm.
every, hey, eyebrows and everything.
Yeah, eyebrows and everything. It's just unclean, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta cut it all off.
And let that grow back.
Hey, so we're on the next section. The king, right? Commandment 581, not to curse a ruler that is the king in the land of Israel. Exodus 22 and 27.
Exodus. Can we say Exodus 22, bro? Oh, yeah, what you say, Ken?
Oh, I'm sorry. Commandment 580, I'm sorry. Salaki, not to pluck out the marks of leprosy. Deuteronomy 24:8. I'm sorry.
No, you good,
I
Ken.
almost skipped over. I was trying to get to the next king.
Yeah.
The next section. Deuteronomy
Deuteronomy
24
20,
and 8.
24 and 8. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 8. Okay? And it reads, Take heed in the take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently and do according to all that the priest and the Levite shall teach you, as I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do.
Hey, he telling you, hey,
Remember,
you gotta make sure you. Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
no, go ahead, King
Because that's it
Salaki.
right there. I think that's it. Because he's just saying like all that stuff we just read. We got to make sure to
God,
follow that according. Hey, because otherwise that person unclean, and he making the whole camp unclean.
that's right. I'll read that one more time, King Salaki. Deuteronomy
Yeah.
24:8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you, as I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do.
And that's why I tell everybody, hey, us out there teaching, we got to realize, bro, we fall up underneath the Levite laws as well, right? Because you're out there teaching the Most High law. So that means you got to follow the laws of the Levites too. So
Can
that
I let
means,
me read this next verse? Watch this,
go ahead, go
Salaki.
ahead.
Watch what this. Hey, remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam. By the way, after that we were come forth out of Egypt. Hey, the Most High made caused Miriam to become white, a
Yeah,
leprous.
you're right, right,
You see that?
bro,
Mm.
you're right. And that means Miriam was unclean to the Most High.
Hey, she was unclean, and she and also became leprosy, like leprous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we know, and she became that, and that says that she became white as snow. Like
yeah,
she turned so-called white,
so-called white, mm,
which is leprosy.
which is really leprosy to the Most High spiritually.
Hmm.
And you got to put a lepers to death if they don't ever get clean.
Yeah, God, they
So,
were unclean. Hey,
yeah,
they're gonna be unclean forever.
yeah. You can't come in the kingdom unclean.
That's right.
So, Commandment 581, not to curse a ruler. That is, this is the section of the king. 581, not to curse a ruler that is the king in the land of Israel. And that's Exodus 22 and 27.
God. Exodus chapter 22 and verse number 7. If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money, that's it, right? Yeah. 22 and 7, you said, King?
What, 22 and 27?
Oh, 27. Okay, I knew that was wrong. All right. Verse 27 says, For that is, hold up, that's it, King? Oh, Exodus, right?
Well, let's go to 28. Yeah, because
Okay.
that was one of the misprints of
Um,
the elders.
Exodus
All praises
22
to
and
him.
28.
Yep.
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Thou shalt not delay. Okay, can't more than that. Oh no, stay right
No,
there.
that's it. Hey, he just
God,
telling you, hey, look, because the Most High put the rulers in position.
that's right.
So, hey, you can't curse because that means you basically hate the Most High. If you hating
God,
that person, because like we always teach, hey, the Most High is not going to come down here and rule his people.
that's right.
So that means whoever the Most High put in rulership, and you got to respect them. Now, if they're telling you something contrary to the Most
That's right.
High, then yeah,
Right.
that respect goes out the door. Now
God,
you
and that
can't be
also
respecting the
go.
person. Now you got to go. Go ahead, King. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. No, Salakia. Salakia on the mind. But also, it made that going to slaves obey your masters, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because the Most High put them over you. And he ain't talking about no slave master. He's talking about the
No.
people that rule well. You understand? The people that the Most High set up, your elders, your lead camp leaders, your elders, and so forth. Those are the ones that the Most High set up to give you the word. You know what I mean? If they teach it from the Most High and you disobey them, you disobeying the Most High. Even that going to a husband and wife. You understand? When you teaching the word, that you ruin your house according to the commandments, and your one wife go off, she rebelling against the Most High, right? Which is the husband is your head, but Christ is your husband's head, and the Most High is all our heads, right? Christ is over all of us. The Most High is over everything. So yeah, I just want to bring that up.
So yeah, so you can't curse, right? So commandment 582, 583, 584, 585, 586, 587, and that'll be the rest of the section. 583 or 582 to appoint a king. 583 not to appoint as ruler over Israel one who comes from non-Israelites. That goes for that election. You
The
can't be
election, that
electing these
voting.
presidents. You got to leave your hands out of that, Israel.
Mhm.
584 that the king shall not acquire an excessive number of horses. 585 that the king shall not take an excessive number of wives.
Deuteronomy.
586 that he shall not accumulate an excessive quantity of gold and silver. 587 that the king shall write a scroll of the Torah for himself in addition to the one that everyone should write, so that he writes 2 scrolls. And that's Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15 through 18.
God. Deuteronomy chapter 17, and you said verse 15, King?
Yep.
John. Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 15. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh, so the Lord, right? His name Yahweh, thy God, in the place which the Lord shall choose.
Start at verse 10.
God. Verse 10.
Oh, 17 and 15. I'm sorry. 17 and 15. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
17. God, I know it was your head. All right, God. 17 and 15.
Yeah, I was over here
Deuteronomy
looking.
chapter.
I was over here looking at the comments. Somebody was like,
Oh,
"We run from debates. Our Bible was don't our Bible off." I had to put the brother in timeout, man. I'm sorry.
oh God. Here we go.
Yeah,
Always a devil
like,
too,
we're not
man.
doing that today.
Nah. Deuteronomy chapter
I'm sorry.
17, verse 15. You good, King. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee. Hold on. I'm gonna go up to 14.
Yep. Come.
Yeah. Verse 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord, so thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not
Mm,
thy brother. Mm.
mm.
Yep. See
Hey,
that,
hey,
Israel?
hey, look,
Oh.
hey, look, and that's funny too, though, because they always say your neighbors that everybody in the neighborhood.
Everybody your neighbor. Right. Right.
He said,
There
"Thy
you go.
brother."
That's another cut for that. That's right. That'd be your brother. Right? It said verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses unto to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Right?
Right.
Verse 17. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests, the Levites. Right? So he's talking about the
Right.
word of the Most High. Right? We got to live by
Yep.
this word. Um,
Right.
and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes, to do them. And that's amazing, because he's telling the king's supposed to be reading out of this book to learn how to rule
Mm.
well, rule according to the
Right.
commandments, right? And he have to do this daily, right?
Yeah.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
That his heart be, watch this, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren. Hey, because a king can have multiple wives. I'm talking about King Solomon had 1,000, right? He
Yeah.
had what, 700 wives and 300
Yep.
concubines. He's a
Yep.
king, right? The Most High said, look, no, don't multiply you know what I mean, to yourself so many wives, because it can turn you from the Lord. He's not
Yeah.
saying that you
That's
can't
too
have
many.
more than one. Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
because how can you
Just like he
how
said
can you
horses
rule
and
well?
riches.
Hey, how can
Right.
you rule well if you got too many wives?
That's right, Con.
You ain't got no time to rule well.
You know what I'm telling you. And that he turned not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Hey, cause if you,
Mm,
hey, bro, if you got all these riches and you doing you way above your brethren, you got 100 wives, your brother don't even got one. You know what I'm saying? You got all the horses and all the money, and you just living like these rappers do. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
coming around, they gonna start worshiping you.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Don't that happen all the time? Look how we worship our our people worship these so-called rappers, and you know what I mean, all
Yeah.
these people that got all the money and jewelry. Half the time they
Hey,
don't even own this stuff. But good,
hey,
King.
and to the point, they call them idols. That's my idol.
That's my idol. You see that? Hey, they got American Idol.
Yeah, man, dang,
Yeah.
crazy, bro. So yeah, so we're gonna end it right there, and next week we're
Wow.
gonna start on the Nazarite vow, brother. Can you
All
believe that we're on
praises.
Commandment 588 next week? Most
Wow.
High willing,
That's amazing. Come
that's amazing, man.
on. All
So
praises,
hey,
man.
you never know, man. Next week might be the last week of commandments.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
never know.
that's
Come on.
all praise to the Most High, man. So yeah, man. So anybody got any closing precepts? I'll start mine off, man.
Come
You
on.
know, my
Good.
classic,
Good,
man.
King.
Joshua, man. Joshua chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 4, man. Right? The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, "From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Con.
Hey, in order to have good success, because a lot of people always want to say they want to be prosperous, they want to have good success in life. Well, hey, you got to keep the commandments, man. Just like our brother Eleazar, he spit the abominable thing out, and he stepped forward. And like I said, I'm led to believe he spit it in their face and stepped forward and said, "Hey, kill me, man." And the only
That's
thing
right.
saved him at that very moment was the fact that the Most High allowed him to be with them, and he had favor from them because he worked with them on some level, some magnitude of level. So I'm just saying, man, if you want good success in life, and moreover, you want good success with your spirit, Most High willing, and you keep the commandments to your best of your ability and live. He said, then you shall have a good success. And I yield, man.
Con, and I just want to bring out something about our neighbors and loving your brothers, man. How important it is, brothers. To stop looking at your own brothers and sisters as enemies and come together as a nation of people. Stop avenging each other on each other. You understand? Our people are quick to want to pay back their own brothers, but then they want to forgive the enemy. You know what I mean? This is what I don't understand about our people, right? Um, I want to bring out a couple, the Lord 19, Leviticus 19 and 18, and I'm gonna go to Sirach. All right. Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. So this is a commandment from the Most High. that we should love each other, man, and forgive each other, have mercy on each other, man, and don't revenge our brothers. Don't, hey, listen, man, don't go out and say, you know, a lot of our killings are because a brother did something to me, so I'm gonna do something to him, and then that brother say, hey, he did this to us, so we're gonna do this to him. It's like gang wars, right? One brother kill another brother from another gang, then they come and seek revenge from that brother to that brother, and it kept going on forever to where we are today, right? And we don't know how to forgive each other, but we quick to forgive our enemies. Um, Sirach, I'm gonna go to Sirach 28, verse 1, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, right? It says, "He that revenges shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance. Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he have done unto thee. So shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest." See, this is the thing. We don't understand it. If you don't forgive your brother or your sister, hey, look, the Most High don't forgive you when you pray, right? One man beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Lord? Right? Hey, you hate your brother, you think you're going to get pardon from the Lord? No. He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? If he that is but flesh nourish hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins? Remember thy end, and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death, and abide in the commandments. Remember the commandments, and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the covenant of the highest, and wink at ignorance. So I just want to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? And I got it. Hold on. Let me read 8:2. Abstain from strife, and thou shalt diminish thy sins. For a furious man will kindle strife. A sinful man disquieteth friends, and maketh debate among them that be at peace. So all I gotta say, man, is brothers, man, and sisters, hey, you gotta stop fighting one another. Stop hating each other, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't forgive your brethren, then guess what? The Most High not gonna forgive you. And that's why in the Lord's Prayer it says, "Forgive my trespasses as I forgive the trespasses of them that trespass against me." So you have to be able to forgive each other. That's very important. That's part of loving your neighbor, right? And I'll yield with that.
Yeah, I got Isaiah 35:4. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you. And like Brother Hashai said, he ain't coming to save you if you got grudges with your brother or sister and you're jealous, you're mad that you didn't take the offering that the Most High gave you. He bring new brothers in, and you envious of them and spiteful. And I don't have to be there throughout your whole life to tell you that I love you. I'll show it to you right now. I'm here now. So, like Hashai said, you ain't gonna make it if you hate your brother in your heart. Like anybody could play fool. Like anybody could play possum. Anybody could just pretend. It's so easy to pretend, bro. And I'm telling you, you could pretend to us, but you can't pretend to the Most High. And I'm telling you, don't do this work. Don't put in all this work for all these years you have been doing for nothing, just because you're jealous of your brother and you hate your brother in your heart, bro. You're not gonna make it. He's not coming to save you. He's not coming to save the niggas. All right, and I yield on that.
Khan, so giving all honor, glory, and
Sorry,
praise
brother.
to Yahweh Hashem, Mashiach, Malak Yahweh Shai, man. My name is Ariyah.
Hey, brother Hoshaya.
Brother Tazawan.
Hey, and all we want is our message for the day, man, is keep the commandments and live. And with that being said, man, and we pray that somebody got edified today. Hey, we pray that you learned a commandment that you didn't know and just continue this walk, man. Like the brother Tazwan said, endure to the end, man. With that being said, shalom.
Shalom.
And we do what, Tazwan?
And push that damn button.
God.
Khan.